Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about a specific factoring strategy that we call factoring by grouping. And so over here on the board, I have the steps to the strategy outlined for us. And so we start by creating two groups of two terms. And I should also add a disclaimer that most of the time when we are doing factoring by grouping, we'll be looking at factoring four terms expressions. Although this strategy can be generalized to larger expressions with more than four terms, but usually it's an even number of terms like 4, 6, 8, and so on. But like I said, we're going to be focusing on these four-term expressions. And so we create two groups of two terms. Sometimes that'll be done for us. Sometimes we may need to make some adjustments. Sometimes it won't matter how we group them together. So once we do have these two groups of two terms created, we factor each group separately, just focusing on two terms at a time, but also keeping that second group of terms a little bit in mind, because what we're trying to do is find a common factor between these two groups. So after we factored each group individually, hopefully there will be a common factor that is obvious to us between these two groups. We will then factor the greatest common factor out between the two groups, and that'll give us a nice factored form of our original four-term expression. So let's go ahead and see how that applies to an example like this, where we have x squared plus 6x plus 4x plus 24. And so normally we might combine that 6x and 4x term together because they are like terms, but here it's going to be advantageous to not do that so that we can use this factoring by grouping strategy. Later on, we'll talk about how to know when we can leave it like this and how to break it up like this. But for now, we're just going through the mechanics of applying this strategy. So we want to start by creating two groups of two terms. And so let's go ahead and have our first group be in blue. And that'll just be our first two terms, x squared and 6x. Well, then our second group is going to be the remaining two terms of 4x and 24. And so now what we do is we focus on each of these groups individually and factor them as much as we can. And so if we look at this first group of x squared and 6x, there is no common constant factor besides 1 between those two terms, but there is a common variable factor of x. So we're going to factor an x out of each of these first two terms from our first group. If we pull out a factor of x from x squared, we'll be left with 1x left over. If we remove a factor of x from 6x, well, we've taken all the x's away and we're just left with that constant term of positive 6. So this is like the factored form of our first group. It looks like x times the quantity x plus 6. And now we want to repeat this process for our second group for those last two terms that we wrote in green. And so we're thinking about a common factor between those two terms. And while we're doing that, we also want some of these quantities to show up like another quantity of x plus 6. So if we think about the common factor between 4x and 24, well, it's a constant factor of 4. So now we're going to factor out the constant factor of 4 from each of those two terms. If we think about taking away the factor of 4 from 4 times x, then we're just left with the factor of x. And to factor a 4 out of 24, we have to think of 24 as 4 times 6. So we're removing the factor of 4 and we're left over with that factor of positive 6. And so now what we're seeing is in our two groups, the first group is x times x plus 6, and the second group is 4 times x plus 6. But each of our groups has a quantity of x plus 6 showing up. We can think of this quantity x plus 6 as a common factor between the two groups we created. And so what do we do with a common factor? Well, we try to factor it out. So if we factor out or remove the factor of x plus 6 from that first group, well, what's left over? A term of x. And if we remove the factor of the quantity x plus 6 from our second group over here, what's left over? Well, what's left over is a positive 4. And so what we've just done is we factored our original quadratic polynomial as the product of two simpler binomials using factoring by grouping. And if we carefully apply the distributive property or FOIL and expand this product back out, we will get back to x squared plus 6x plus 4x plus 24. All right, let's look at another example of a polynomial that we can factor using our grouping strategy. In this example, we're starting with y cubed minus 4y squared plus 3y minus 12. And so remember, the first thing we do with our factor by grouping strategy is we take our 4-term expression and we break it up into 2 groups of 2 terms. And so our first group can again be our first 2 terms. That'll be y cubed and negative 4y squared. And what's left over, those last 2 terms, well, that will make up our second group. So that's 3y and negative 12. And now we're going to go through each of these groups and factor them independently of each other. So in the first group in blue, y cubed minus 4y squared, we'll really only have a variable common factor of y squared. Let's pull those 2 common factors of y out. If we take 2 of our 3 factors of y out of this first term in blue, we'll be left with 1 factor of y. And if we take both of the factors of y out of our second term, we're just left with the negative 4. Okay, so we have finished factoring our first group. Now let's move on to our second group in green. We're looking at common factors between 3y and negative 12. And the common factor that should jump out to us is going to be a positive 3. Although sometimes we might have to think about negatives and think about a negative 3. But in this case, I think it's going to be a positive 3. And well, what happens if I remove a factor positive 3 from positive 3 times y? Well, we're just left with the y. And what happens when we remove a factor of 3 from negative 12? Well, it's like dividing negative 12 by 3, and that'll leave us with a negative 4. And so now we're looking at our 2 groups, and what do we see? We see a common factor in these quantities in parentheses, that common factor being y minus 4. So now we can pull out that greatest common factor of the quantity y minus 4 from each of our 2 groups, and we will be done. So we've removed the y minus 4 from our first group. We're left with y squared. That can be that first term in our second set of parentheses over here. And the second term in this second set of parentheses will be what's left over from our second group when we have removed that factor of y minus 4. And if we remove that factor of y minus 4, we're just left with that positive 3. So now we can see a way to factor our original cubic polynomial is as the quantity y minus 4 multiplied by the quantity y squared plus 3.